Hey everybody. Welcome here. Welcome. Very good to be here. So glad to be here tonight. Can you guys hear me? And can you see me okay? If you can see me, then great. You can see my eye is bloody again. I'm going to give you a minute to let me know. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything looking good? Other than my bloody eye. Hey, Stacy. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started just saying hi. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, Retired Crafter 22, Stacy, good. Jeannie, awesome. Thank you. All right. So I don't think I'm going to be on real long tonight, but I did want to come on, hey, Merlinda, and do another quick design. And I think that is something that, at least when I watch things like that, I appreciate kind of learning some things. And what we're going to do, you could do this in different softwares. You could do it in Cricut Design Space. You could do it in Inkscape. You could do it in Silhouette. You could do it in Leonardo. I'm going to actually use Silhouette tonight because that has become my favorite design program. So let me go ahead and say hi. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Unbiased. Hey, Roslyn. You guys were on here fast when I put that in here. Thank you so much. Hey, D. Smith. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Marlene and Carol. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, our Lovelanders. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Hey, Sharon Davenport. We're going to do Sharon Davenport. Should I even come on? Sharon Davenport. We're going to do a Cowboys design tonight. So I need your help. Stick around. As bad as this might be, please stick around. Oh my goodness. And hey again, Jeannie. Let's see. Carol won a shirt and a template. Asian design. Carol, good job. Hey, Addie, welcome. Hey, Juana. Hey, Patricia, welcome here. I don't even want to look up there because of this eye. It looks so gross. Hey, Martin. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Lucille. Robin S., welcome. Let's see, it was a member of the Naughty List design t-shirt. And template. Okay, very nice. Hey, DB, welcome. Hey, Geneva. Hey, Martha, welcome here. And Monique, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, right. Is anybody making anything fun tonight? Hey, Mrs. JB. Hey, Porgy Town and Carol. Kelly, y'all, I'm having a hard time just getting through my words tonight. And Kelly, welcome. Hey, Patrice, welcome here. Hey, Lynn, Retired Crafter, and Stacy. And if I miss somebody, please let me know. Just say, hey. I said hello. Hey, Stacia, welcome. Hey, Lynn. Okay, so that's where everybody's saying you can hear me and see me. Hey, Lisa, welcome. Hey, Lolita, welcome. And Reba and Diane, welcome. Hey, Rosetta. Alice B. Hey, Kawanda. Jennifer Ritchie. It's probably more like Richie, not Richie, but Richie in my hick Midwest accent. Hey, Merlinda. Okay. Krista would love to learn more about Inkscape. I do have some Inkscape tutorials that are pre-recorded videos. That's what I used to use all the time. Okay, good, Sharon. I'm glad you're laughing at me instead of like, oh my goodness, Meryl. Oh my goodness. Hey, Stephanie. Welcome. All right, I'm going to try to scroll down, hopefully. Hey, Ethel and C. Mills. If I see anybody I didn't say hi to, hopefully I'll see them as I go by. Hey, Mary Brown. All right, all right. Did I say hi to you already, Kwanda? If not, hello. Hey, Sonnet, welcome. And Felicia, welcome. All right, I said I was scrolling. Hey, Barb. My light over here keeps flickering, so if you see anything weird, that's why. All right. Hey, Michelle, welcome. Okay, you'd love to check. Oh, the videos. Whoops. Yeah, I do have a few. And in Inkscape, you know, there's a learning curve to it. And it's not as smooth as some of the paid software like Silhouette, but it was free. So I used it and it got the job done and I liked it. It's just it keeps changing and I don't keep up with the changes. So I don't feel good about doing videos anymore because I feel like I need to keep up with the changes. Okay, is this eye starting to go red now? No, I think I'm okay. All right. Hey, oops, oh, Shanti Shanae, hello. I'm having a hard time tonight. And I think you said Lachey is what you go by. Hey, old school music, Kimball. It seems like it's been a while. Welcome. Hey, Mrs. Parker. I don't think I saw you. And Rondria. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I used to watch once in a while, and if you're coming in, yes, they have a bloody eye again. I don't know what's caused it. I went to the eye doctor after my second one, and he looked in the eyes. He said, your eyes look healthy. And it can happen, but 3 times. And unbiased, it doesn't hurt at all. It just looks terrible. Hey, Shay Shay. Hey, Arnique. And hey, Terry. It just looks bad. And I'm more concerned about why is this happening over and over? Well, 3 times. Not over and over, but 3 times. Why is it happening? Okay, so we're going to do a Dallas Cowboys design tonight. And I don't know if y'all remember Melody Lane. She was just a fun, quirky YouTube crafter. And then I don't know how many years ago it's been now, 3-ish. And she passed away. I think she was in California with her son at a conference or something, or some type of thing as part of the YouTube community, and contracted what we had in 2020 and didn't make it home. And she used to do something. Yes, so Carol, it's a blood vessel that burst, and I had first one happened in this thigh, and then a month later it happened in this thigh, and now it happened again in this thigh. Oh, thank you. D, you said you watched Melody for years. Okay, it was in Las Vegas. Okay, out west, it was Las Vegas. Okay, thanks, Lachelle. But I remember her doing something where I don't remember what she called it, but she would find something on Etsy or somewhere, and she would kind of show how to recreate it. And so let me show you. Let's see. Oh gosh, you got to put up with me. Hey, Delonda, thanks for being here. So she would recreate something. And I saw this image, I don't even know, maybe a month or 2 ago. It was before football season really had started. Thanks, Kawanda. And I saw this image. So we're going to try to have me share my screen and do all this stuff. Goodness. Okay, because I want to show you this. Who knows what all is on my computer. My computer's always a mess. All right, so there's my computer. Let me go ahead and minimize this. And I might see your comments go by up there. Hey, Roselle, I think I said hi to you, didn't I? So I'll try to watch those comments. But, okay, so I got some things from this off of Creative Fabrica. Okay, see this image right here? I screenshotted this on the 27th, so 3 weeks ago. And look at how cute that is. And I thought, let's just kind of play around with this type of design. Let me take a picture of it with my phone so that I don't have to keep going back to this. I already played around with this design. I think it was the night before last. I don't think it was last night. Because last night, did you guys see the stickers on Crafting with Delonda? The cute little stickers for Romeo Wednesday. Oh, you guys aren't going to be able, I'll show them to you later when I can change the screen. Okay, so what I want to do is to kind of recreate that design. And I'll show you that I did it once. Let me open that up. Oh, it opens in Inkscape. Let me go ahead and open it in, because Inkscape's my default program. Let me go ahead and open that in Silhouette. So to do that, you go up to File, Open With, and then I go down here and I say, show me all my applications to open it. And then we're going to open it in Silhouette Studio. Now, I use the business edition of Silhouette Studio because the business edition allows you to save your images as SVGs. This, Baby Jean, this is actual rhinestones. Ew. Okay, yeah, I need to figure out what this is, Carol. Hey, Anna. Oh, thanks, Dee. Yeah, this is real rhinestones, and I'll show you the colors here in a little bit. Okay, so this was my version, which looks a little bit different than the one that we saw. The one that we saw had real skinny lines around the letters, and then there were two skinny lines. One was kind of, you know, off, so it looks like two little skinny lines. And we'll try to do that. We'll do both. We'll just see which one we like better. Yay, Silhouette Studio. I know I have come to love it. So this is what we're going to do, but we're going to do it. We're going to start over because I haven't done it with Cowboys yet, and we're going to do it with Cowboys. And I either am going to put this on a black shirt or a gray shirt. And so I need you Cowboy fans to help me with knowing what colors to do the design in. We can change the colors. Since it's an SVG, we can change the colors. I could cut this out of HTV, which I'm probably not going to do tonight. I could save it also as a PNG, and then I can print it on the DTF printer. And just for purposes of time and all that, that's probably what we'll do. But I got some HTV out too, just in case we do that. But that's what I'd like to do. Okay, let me see. Thanks, Unbiased. All righty. So, blue, silver, and white. Thank you, Patricia. So, does anyone know like the hex code for the Cowboys? Because, oops, I don't know if that's the right color. It looks kind of like the right color. And then this will be probably a two-color design. So if it goes on a black shirt, this blue might be kind of hard to see. And I guess it's not too bad. The outline could be this is like white glitter. And then the inside could be that. But again, I will probably print it just for the sake of time. And then I have this gray shirt. So it could be one of those two shirts. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, okay. Lisa got it. Let me write it down real quick because I can't copy and paste right now. Got my little bling pen here. Let me get some trash out of the trash. You ever just grab trash out of the trash for things? Okay. 003594. Okay, we'll see if we can't figure out how to use that. I don't know if I've used a hex code on Silhouette, but we're going to see if we can't figure it out. Uh-oh. And uh-oh. So there's two blues. Oh my. That's a lot. That's a lot. Leslie says that for the royal blue. Okay, so will you copy that so that later you can paste it back in when we get there? Because I can't keep up with all that. First of all, I don't like you guys looking at my eye that close because it looks so gross. 869, 869, 397 for the silver. Oh, great. And now my pen's running out. Now my pen's running out. Goodness. Okay, let's see. Got that one. Royal. Gosh darn it. Okay, got another pen right here. 04 1E42 for another blue. And then, are there 6 Fs? F, 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 F for the white. Hopefully we figure out the hex code on this program. If Danny's in here, Danny knows this program. She'll be able to help us. Okay, so we're just going to go to File and New. And let me see how much of that you can see. If I make it bigger. There we go. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to find my phone, first of all, so that when, how do I lose things that fast? So that when it's time for me to make a design, I can look at this picture. Photos. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to type the word go. And I am going to do it in all caps. So I clicked over here. I'm circling it right there. Hey, Linda. Hey, 755. So I clicked. Oh, you're a Cowboys diehard. All right. So I clicked on the letter A, and then I'm going to click over here. And then I'm going to type a capital G and a capital O. Now, for those of you that are really good at silhouette, you might be cringing when I do this because I'm kind of slow at it. But I want to make this larger, and then I just want to make this a 12 by 12 for now. And here's what I don't understand. How did I change my background to gray instead of white? Will this... Does anybody know how to change this background to white? Because it makes it easier for you guys to see. But here's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and change this. For now, I'm just going to change it black so you can see it. And then I'm going to find the font that I want to use. And I want to use, looks like Varsity is what I used last time. Here's what happens if you use Varsity with capital letters, though. You have all of that. And then you have to deal with getting rid of this inside, which sounds really easy. And I think I showed this on the live one time. It's not as easy as it sounds. Let's get rid of that. So now I'm going to go back to the A, and I'm going to type G-O in small letters. And if anybody's telling me how to change that to white, it's not wanting to change, or it's not wanting to go up. Hey, Minerva. Okay, so now let's go ahead and change this to black. Now we're going to go back to Varsity Regular, and it should type without the outline. There we go. So if you like that type of font, but you don't want that, you don't want the inside separate from the outside, use lowercase letters. All right, let's just drag this bigger. We're not going to worry yet about the size. All righty. Oh, thanks, Stacy. Oh, good. Thanks. Thanks, Leslie. All right. Maybe I should have the comments on my phone. Okay, so we got a whole bunch more hex codes. Hey, Mylene. Okay, so we have a black letter right now, or black letters right now. I want to see the real dimensions. You see this 9.4, but that's measuring from all the way up here to all the way down here. And there's a few different ways that you can get that to not be like that. For me, I typically go to Object and Ungroup, and now you see the real dimensions. Let me blow this up so you can see that. So you see right now it's only 4.902 by 7.695. I'm going to stretch it larger, and this lock is locked. I know, Bevy Jean, I kind of discovered it somehow. It's like, oh, that's nice. Hey, my name again. Okay, so I want to stretch this to get it to somewhere, I don't know. Let's go with 9 inches wide. Okay, now later we're going to turn this layer into a cow print. Not cow print, although that's funny, Cowboys cow print. An animal print. And I was just thinking, you know what? I learned how to do the pattern fill. I didn't think about this before. I didn't do it this way before, I don't think. Let me look at my pattern fills and see if that is how I did it. Do I have an animal print in there? I don't. So let's kind of play with that. Let me go to Creative Fabrica, and here is where I got my design from for the animal print. So you would click on download. I'm going to go to my downloads, and then this one right here, this 0 JPEG, that one has the most animal print crammed into it. And sometimes when you're working in smaller spaces, you want a smaller animal print because you can always stretch it bigger, but you want to have a 12 by 12, tons of animal print in there. So let's go ahead. Let's drag that to my desktop. Now I might already have it there somewhere. No, I didn't. Okay, now, oh my goodness, now this is going to test it. I really learned how to do this. To put a pattern fill, to add a pattern fill to your library, you go right down here. Let's click on that right area. And then all I have to do is drag it over here to my library. This is going to be so smooth. This is going to be great. Let's see. You can never get Silhouette Studio change the size. It always goes back to whatever the size was. That is frustrating. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and push this back over. And there's something about this word go I don't like. It looks too wide for its height. So let's go ahead and unlock the proportions. And then I think it needs to be more like that. What do you guys think? You think that's okay? Okay, now before I pattern, well, no, I can go ahead and pattern fill it. I don't want to do it that way. Here's what I want to do. With this selected, I'm going to go back up to Object and Group It. And then I'm going to go right over here to this offset. I hope it's amazing, Patrice. I'm not an expert at this program yet, but I love it. And you just kind of hunt and peck and you figure it out as you go. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so I have Go selected. Now we're going to do an offset. So we click over here in the offset panel, and then I want it to be an offset, not an inset. So I'm going to click on offset, and right now it's set tiny. So let's just drag it a little bit and see how you can see it getting larger and smaller. Because I want this to be more like the one I showed you with the 2 skinny lines, I'm going to make it fairly thin, I think. I don't know. What do you like? Do you like one solid offset around? Let's see if I can find it again. The way I did mine was I did one solid offset. Let's get rid of this. So this was the little prototype. And see how it has two skinny little offset lines that aren't together? Or we have something beeping in our house. I'm sorry, that is annoying. Or do you want one larger offset like that? And the reason they're not touching over here is because I was using two different colors. Over here, with it being one color, I kind of welded those together. It was kind of a process I had to go through to get it to work. But in any event, do you want one thicker line or two little skinny lines? What do you guys think? Especially the Cowboys fans. Hey, Willie, because we can try for either one. And I'm drinking a lot more water these days. So one thicker line. Okay, I'm going with that, Jennifer. Because that's probably a whole, there's too skinny. Let's start with one thicker. Let's start with that. And I think what I'll do is I'll make a skinny one. Let's make it smaller than that. And then I'll move it to the side, and then we can go back and forth. We can try both of them. So I'm going to apply. Let's turn that a color. Let's just make it something easy to see. We'll make it orange. Now, right now, if you cut this out of HTV, you would have to layer your 2 layers of HTV. I don't like to do that. Okay, I'm seeing a lot thicker, so we'll probably do that. But we're gonna play with both of them. So I put that back over, and then let's copy and keep a copy of this, because now what I'm going to do is select those. I'm going to go to Object, Modify, and I'm going to subtract. Oh no! Okay, you have to group your things before you do this. So the outside was grouped, but notice the offset wasn't grouped. So I'm going to select both, go to Object, and Group. Okay, so now we're selecting both layers. We go to Object, Modify, and Subtract, and then it worked just fine. Okay, so eventually it would be kind of like that, but we'll make those thin lines. Let me go back. We'll do something so they're not touching the black. Okay, so after you do things in the Modify panel, and this was on my last video, often you have to go back and regroup everything. Everything just ungroups. So we have that. We're going to set it over here. That'll be for our skinny line. Let's go back over here. Oh, and Danny showed me how, she told me how to duplicate things, and I forgot to do that. Okay, so now we're going to do a thicker one. So let's select this again, go back to the offset panel, click on the offset side. Oh, Mary, that's okay. Hey, Jesse. Now we're going to, okay, and Sharon Davenport is a Cowboys fan. She said thicker. Let's go thicker. Let's go about that thick. Maybe a little thicker. And then let's say apply. Let's change that a color. Let's go back to another bright color. And while I have it still selected, hey, Cheryl, we're going to go to Object and Group. So next time when I subtract, it's not going to try to pull apart like it did last time. It's not going to ungroup. Well, it will ungroup, but I'll at least, when I subtract, I'll still have the outline of the O and the G, not just the O. So we're going to go to Object and Modify and Subtract. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Not good in colors. Go back. Got to group all this back together. Not good colors for a Cowboys fan, but we'll change that. So we'll go Object and Group. Okay, I'm going to move this. Now, what we did, I think a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, and then I did a video, a pre-recorded video. Hey, Shay Shay, was to use that pattern fill. And I showed you earlier how I got that animal print pattern in my library of pattern fills. So we are going to, I can't remember if I need to select that first. I don't think I do. But you see this right here? That is pattern fills. If this screen is not up, to get to your pattern fill, you go to panels and fill color, and then I'll pull this up. So let me show you this. Look at this. These are just ombre type prints. But in the pattern fill, and I think last week, no, we didn't use that one. We didn't use that one. It was pink. We used this one. Whoops, this one last week. But this time, we're just going to put that over there. And look how easy that was. You don't have to figure out slice and this and that. You just drag it onto there and it just magically goes into your work. Okay. Now, I just thought of the issue with this. Since it's a pattern fill like that, it has, I remember figuring this out. It has the white background. We don't want the white background. So, because we're not printing this, we're cutting this. So let's see what's going to happen if I go over here to trace, the trace panel, which looks like this little piece of toast. We're going to click on trace and we're going to say select trace area. Okay, we'll click on that. Hey, Brenda. And then we're going to just go all the way around the letters. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to say trace. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Here's what we traced. So now let's turn that, for now we're turning it black. Okay, that's how you can get rid of that background on something that has a white background. Okay, make this smaller. Now I need to look at my picture again. I think we're pretty much done with the word go. And if I wanted to make this go bigger, before I even started all this cutting and modifying, I could have done an offset of the word go. And I feel like I should have. You guys think I should have? That looks pretty wimpy. Let's put this over here and start changing some colors. So the outline is, okay, let's do an outline. And then let's use the hex code. We can. So what I wrote down says blue is 041E for 2. Okay, that's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. But it's also on this gray that I'm not sure how to get rid of. On a black shirt, that would be very, very difficult to see. Of course, I do have the gray shirt. And Sharon's getting this shirt. So, Sharon, you're going to drive. You're in the driver's seat now. Do you think I should leave the dark blue for the outline, and then for the inside part do white? Or let's go back to, and I'm probably going to print this, so it really can be any design that you want because it's getting printed. So there was another hex code we used, or that somebody gave me, and that was 3594, and that's brighter. So think about whether you want the darker or the brighter. I'm going to make a note on here. This was dark, or bright blue. Or do you want it on white and use silver? Okay, here's what we're going to do. For now, we're going to make that smaller. And I'm going to take all this and I'm going to move it over. And I'm going to show you what I was talking about with starting out with a chunkier thing. Now, if I missed it earlier, I apologize, but does anybody know how to get this gray template thingy white? Because it would make it so much easier to see. Was this one? Yeah, that one's gray too. I don't remember being gray before. Let's see. So under settings, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to start over and we're going to do the design starting over. Okay, because I want chunkier. We're going to the text in lower letters. We're typing go because when I use varsity font, a lowercase letter ends up the way I want it. So let's change it from Arial to varsity font or varsity regular. Now I do want to go ahead and ungroup these. It's going to make it where you see the right size, and I'm going to drag it larger, and I'm going to make it taller, and then I'm going to move these apart, and I'm going to do an offset because I want to start with a chunkier letter. Go to matte settings on the left. Thank you. Okay. Who was that? Because I don't remember. In Smokus. Thank you. Okay, matte colors on the left. I don't know where. Am I anywhere near the right place for matte colors? Go to page setup and turn off the matte. Okay, I know where page setup is. Dorica, do I do that? Nope. Dorica, how do I turn the matte off? Rotate, orient. That page setup will have background color. Page setup. Okay, background color and page setup. So I'm in page setup. Is there more down there? Is this it? No. That it? No. Click a color. Okay, I'm clicking those colors and that is not working for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Transparency. I don't see transparent. Transparency. Change the machine. Ha! Your transparency is set. Oh! Oh! Thank you. Okay. Let's have a little bit of color because that's like really bright. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, so let's go back and select both of these. And let's just start with chunkier letters. Hey, Kevin and Penny. Aw, thank you. All right, so with them selected, we're going to do an offset. And this is simply to start with chunkier letters. So I'm going to apply it. And then I'm going to group it. And then I'm going to change it to color just so I always know, am I working with my offset or not? Okay, I'm getting rid of these. I think this is a much better size letter to start with. Okay. but I want to move it over just a little bit. There we go. So let's go back and group those together. Now we're going back to offset to do our true offset. And so we're going back to offset, offset, and I just noticed the offset is rounded. I want it squared off, so I'm going to do this left side. And let me make it bigger so you can see what I mean. See how this outside is very rounded? I want it to be the same sharpness as the inside. So I'm going to click on this side. Why is it on both sides? Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete it. Delete. Okay, let's pick both of these. Okay, they are both selected. I'm going to say offset, and I'm going to click on this left side that has it more sharp, and we're going to stay with, it is not sharp. Oh, because this letter isn't sharp. Okay, we're just going to go with it then. And we'll say apply, and we're just going to turn that black. And we're going to go object and group. Now we need to have just the line in case you're using HTV. You don't want to layer it. So I'm going to copy and paste the word go. And we're going to go back up after selecting them to object, modify, and subtract. And now we have our two layers. Okay, so let's get, forgot to group them all back. So let's select all that and group it back. All right, now it's time to bring the animal print into the word go. So does anybody remember the next step on what we need to do to find our animal print to drag it into the word go? I'm going to get caught up on the comments. What am I looking for to turn this word go into that animal print? Okay, patterns. Awesome. And patterns are right here. So we're going to click on that. And then if you weren't here earlier, I showed how to bring your own pattern that you get off of somewhere else into Silhouette Studio. Jesse, advanced is probably too advanced for me. Yes, okay, so you go to color fill to get this to come up. Then here's your patterns. I'm just going to drag this one over. Okay, I think that looks much better than the wimpy one that I did first. See, here's nice and thick, and here's a little wimpy. So we're getting rid of a little wimpy. Okay, so that is 10.2 inches wide. For now, we're going to leave it. And now we're going to start on the next step. First of all, let me get this centered the way I want it. And it's slightly smaller than the outside piece, which since I'm printing this isn't a big deal. If I was wanting to attach it to the outside, I would slightly drag it so it's touching that outside. But if I wanted those to be the same color, that is. But I'm good with it for now. Okay. Now, I'm going to copy paste because I want to reserve one in case I mess this next step up. I also want to get rid of that red cut line. So I'm selecting them, going to panels, line style, click over here on the line color, and then turn it to transparent. And so you see that little white line I'm talking about there? We are going to try to get rid of that. Let's drag this down a tiny bit and Drag it this way a tiny bit. Okay. Wait, I still see a little bitty gap. It just kind of, it makes a gap up higher when I do that. So we're going to live with that. Okay, so now what I could do to get rid of that gap is I could do an offset on my offset. That's what I'm going to do, just a small offset on my offset, and that's going to cover that up. So I have my offset only selected because that'll bug me. We're going to do a small little offset on my offset. I think that's going to be plenty big, I hope. It's on the sharp side. Let's click apply. Let's turn it a different color, and then let's group it together. Now let's drag. Don't want to drag that off. I want to drag my black offset down, and I want to delete it, and then I want to turn this black. And the only reason I did that step was because I saw a gap between my offset and my pattern. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Now, what was the next thing that we had to do to get rid of this white background of the animal print? Because I don't want that to print black and white or blue and white. I just want it to print the color of the animal print. So what should I do now? Trace. Excellent. In Smoke, you probably ought to be up here teaching this because I think you know silhouette really well. Okay, let's back this off. I'm glad you're here because I need all the help I can get. Trace. Excellent. Good. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, Kawanda. Okay, so we're going to click on it. We're going to go back to this trace tool, which looks like toast. Click on that and then say select trace area. You're going to circle all the way around. I think I got all the way around it. And then I feel like I need to up the threshold. I see some gray and such. If you up it too much, it starts getting just yuck. Too little, you have too much of the design under it showing. So it's a little bit tricky sometimes. It was easier on that other one. It just looked good when I did it. Okay, let's try that. So we'll say trace. Let's pull this. Let's pull this layer off, and then let's fill this back in. And we're just staying with the black theme right now because it's easy to see. Okay, that looks good. I want to get rid of those cut lines though, so I'm going to Panel, Line Style, and I want to get rid of those red lines. So that's how you do that. Okay, this must be the correct outline. It's the only one I have left. Okay, that came together really nicely. Now the next thing that I want to do is add the word Cowboys, and I want to cut it partway out of the word go. So do I still have my little prototype? Let me show you what I'm talking about. See the word Wildcats down there? That's what I'm going for. Now remember, we have the thicker offset, and see their offset doesn't even touch their inside. Hey, Uni. But the next step we're going to do is Wildcats. But we're not doing Wildcats. We're doing Cowboys. Sharon, don't worry. We're doing Cowboys. All right, let's make this larger. And I want to group all of this together. And if I were using the same colors for the offset and the inside, like it's all black right now, I would go ahead and attach those together. But we might be changing the inside of that a different color from the outside. For now, I'm going to say Object, Group, and then I'm going to make a copy of it in case we don't like what we do to this. All righty. Hey, Nicole, have fun at Bible study. Hey, Robin's Creations. Hey, Yvonne. Okay, so now we're clicking back on the letter A. Hey, I think it's El Show. Welcome. And then we're clicking over here. And we're going to do it in all lowercase because I want the distinction between the caps of the Go and the word Cowboys. Unless my diehard Cowboy fans want the C capitalized, which I could do. But I think it looks cute with it not capitalized. Okay, let's make that larger. And then let's turn that a color for now. Okay, so I just did the outline because the last time I was in panels, I was on line style. Let's go to fill color and then click it, and you'll have a color on the inside. Now that blue line's still around it, but that's okay. All right, hey, Donzel. So with this selected, we're going to go up here and we're going to find a font. And I am going to use Bastion. So I'll click on Bastion. And there it is. Now it looks a little big now. Let's get it a little bit smaller. But we do want Cowboys to be a focal point. So we're not going to make it too much smaller. But I'm going to go ahead and go to Object and Ungroup. And then we know this is just over 11 inches wide. Let's make it a tiny bit smaller. Okay. Now the next thing that I would do is I'd probably make, I don't know, that looks pretty good. I was going to say I'd make the tail of this Y a little smaller. Let me click off of it. Remember, I ungrouped it. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it the way it was. I think I will move the S over just a little bit. And then I'm going to select all my letters. And then just so I can see, did it just select the letters? Did it select more than the letters? I'm going to change my color. Okay, so I know it just selected the letters. With all of those selected, thank you, Lisa. I'm going to go up to Object, Modify, and Weld. Now, if there was anything in here like a dot over the I, what we learned before was welding doesn't truly group things that aren't touching. So if there was a dot over an I, we would still then have to, after we weld, we would have to group it. But we're good for now. Now, do you guys like Cowboys being up that far on the word go? I think it looks good like that. And the main part of the S is pretty much under the O, just like the C is under go. And then you have a little extra tail over here. But I can move it to the left a little bit. I clicked on it, and then I'm hitting the arrow keys on my keyboard to move it over. You love it. You love right there. And then I'm moving it back to the right. Okay. Now, I don't know if you heard my jaw pop or not. Now what I want to do is I want to have separation between Cowboys and the word go, so it just doesn't look like one mishmash mess. I think it's going to look better if you have some separation. So I'm going to, and thank you everybody for helping me figure out how to get this to white, because it's so much easier for me to design and probably for you to see. And so everybody that knew how to do it and helped me, thank you. Okay, so for this next step, to get the separation between those, I'm going to use offset again. I know, Bevy Jean. I'm so used to Cricut that when it didn't weld everything together, I was surprised. So with Cowboys selected, we're going to go over to offset. And we're going to say offset again. And it stays on the size I had last time. I can keep it over here on the curvy part versus the squared off part because this is a curvy font. But let's make the offset bigger because I think you want some decent separation between them. Okay, let's say apply. Now the offset is selected. So I am going to hold down the shift key and click on this grouped part up here. I'm going to let go of the shift key. I'm going to go to Object, Modify. Uh-oh. What did I learn to do? Subtract all? I'm going to try it. I don't know if that's right. Okay, that is right. I just hit one button, and if it was the wrong button, I hit the other button. You know, go back and then hit the other button. So I'm really just kind of learning this and learning to love it. Okay. So my offset, even though it is clear, still has those cut lines. Let's go up to Panels, Line Style, click on the line color, and let's get rid of them. All right, do you think that offset's large enough so that there is, yes, offset Cowboys. Do you think the offset is large enough so that it looks good? Should I have made a larger offset, or do you think that's large enough? I feel like it's large enough, but I want to know what you think. Now remember, when we do things like that, it ungroups stuff. Okay, that's all together still though. So let me put it back in place. Let's see if all this is together still. It is, so we'll put that back in place too. Okay, thinks it's good, thinks it's large enough, love it, like it's good. Okay, so now this could be your design because this is a pretty big design. Right now, we're already at almost 11 wide and 10.77 tall. So this is a tall design already. I'm thinking maybe we want to shrink it a tiny bit because remember, we still have that football to go on the top. So you could just do this. But I want to add that football. So let's add the football. When we're done, I'm going to group those together. When we're done, if Sharon's like, no, that's too big, then I'll make it smaller. I can maybe even shrink it down some that way. So what I want to do is I want to find a football. And I don't know if I still have the football on my desktop or not. I don't really see it, but I know the one I used. It was in Creative Fabrica. So let me pull Creative Fabrica back up. I think it's right here. And there's the football bundle. So I'm going to click on download. Whoops, I downloaded it twice. Go up here to my downloads. Let's open that up. I want to use the SVG version. A star would be cute. Or if we can put a star inside the football instead of the laces. I don't know. I'm wondering where a star could go. Now the football that I used was this one right here. So let's drag it. Hey. Oh, there's already one that's in too. I didn't realize that before. I'm going to do this one though. Football 06. Let's put it over on my desktop. And then let's bring in football 06. To do that, thank you, Creations, my Miss C. So, well, hey, Marlies. So to do that, let's go up to File, Merge. We're going to merge in football 06 or something like that. There we go. Football 06. Ooh, that wasn't attached. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab both of those. We're going to go Object and Group. Okay, so I am going to have I was going to put a heart here, but we'll put a star right here instead. How's that? I think that'll pull it together to be a Cowboys thing. Okay, that is way too big, isn't it? That's going to look silly. Let's make it smaller. Smaller. Bueller. Bueller. Okay, let's make it smaller again. Then I want to cut it in two. And thanks, Sharon. Silhouette has an excellent tool for cutting off parts of things. Oh, inside the G too. That could be cute. Now, the tool is this, I think it's called the knife tool. Yes, knife tool. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to place it right beside where I want it. I don't want it quite all the way to the middle. I want it slightly above the middle. So I'm going to click on it, and then I think if I hold the shift key down, yeah, see, I'm taking this up, trying to move it, and it doesn't. Ooh, I'm in the wrong place. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, let's get rid of that line. I was in the wrong place. Okay, knife tool. We're going above the center mark. We're going to hold the shift key. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, so it's just my arrow that was below it. My cut line was still above it. So now I'm going to let up on the shift key, click cut over there, and let's see if I did that right. Okay, I did, but remember when you start moving things around and modifying things, it ungroups stuff. So let's group the laces to it. And then there we go. So we can just get rid of this. So for now, we're just going to kind of set this, hover it above it. I don't necessarily want it to touch it. And look, it's kind of angled. Let's angle that so it's more straight. Okay, that's pretty darn close to being straight. And just for now, we're going to change that black. Now I'm still on lines. I'm on line fill, or I'm on line style. Go to fill, click it, and there we go. Now, instead of a heart, which I used before, I'm going to put a star right here. Hey, Shamika. Hey, Gigi Crafts. Welcome. Hey, Sonia. Is it Sonia or Sonja? Welcome. Okay, so let's get a star instead of the heart. So I'm just going to click right here. And we're just going to drag a star for now. I don't like that star. Let me figure out how to make that star better. There we go. Okay. I like that star. Should the point, whoops, let me get rid of that. Should the point of a star be at the top for the Cowboys? I feel like the Cowboys' point is at the top. Hey, Kelly. Let me see. Unless you guys know. Yes, it's at the top. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to change this black also. We're going to change the colors later. And then with it selected, I'm going to go up to Object, Mirror, and we are going to mirror this vertically. So it flips it from top to bottom. It's at the top. Okay, good. Now let's drag it down into place. Cute. Okay, it's not quite in the middle. Let's get that in the middle. So if I don't always like to use just the centering tool because technically the center might be one place, but it doesn't look right there. And so don't always just rely on that centering tool. Rather, I want it to be about equal from here to here. So let's select it and let's just kind of move it till we think it looks good. Okay, I think that all looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to somehow figure out how to share this with anybody that wants it. And when you get it, if you don't want the football and the star at the top, you can take those off. Is that star too big, or do we think we like it? Hey, Gail. Hey, Starla. You guys, let's see. Sharon, should the star be smaller, or I think maybe a star that's big is good because it's the Cowboys star. Sharon, what do you think? Loves it. Okay. Now comes figuring out all these colors. And here, what I will do is I will save this to my Google Drive, and then if you're in my Facebook group, I'll put a link to it in my Facebook group. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, it's just Making with Marilyn. And if I happen to have a moderator in here that can drop that, if you don't mind dropping that, that would be great. Hey, Sonia, just gifted. Then I can drop it in my Facebook group in the Google Drive. Okay. If you're not a member, just request to be a member and I will approve it. Just answer those questions. Say, yes, you're going to agree to the rules. Basically, you're going to be kind. You're going to be positive. You're not going to be negative. The rules are just that. They're very easy. If you can be nice to people, you can follow the rules. Also, one of the rules is you're not dropping in business stuff. You're not linking to everybody else's this, that, and the other, because we're trying to make it about the members versus there's this person and buy this and do that and all that. Okay, Cowboy stars, huge because we are huge. That's right, Dorica. Okay, so Sharon, since I'm actually doing a shirt that I'm sending you, you got to make a decision. First of all, thinking about the colors that we'll use, do you want it on a gray shirt? Or, what happened? Somehow I must have hit hide the share. I'll get it back. Do you want it on a gray shirt or a black shirt? So think about that while I figure out what I did wrong and how I can share my screen again. So give me just a second. Here we go. I don't know how I did that. I probably just accidentally hit stop sharing. Present, share screen. Let's do the entire screen. Okay, we are back. Okay, so I saw Sharon said gray. Okay, Sharon, do you want all of this on your shirt? It's pretty tall, that'd be cute. Or do you want the football not on there? And it doesn't offend me in the least. I can easily make 2 different designs and share them both in my Facebook group. But do you want the whole design or just the word go and the word Cowboys? That's right, everything's bigger in Texas. Okay, I think we can get it all on there. And then what I could do is, if anybody wants just this word go to do your own, I could have this already done. Okay, so now we need to figure out colors. Since we're doing a gray shirt, I'm going to ungroup all of this. And we're going to play with the colors. Then we're going to put a gray, well, we can pull it over here onto the gray screen once we think we have the colors, and you can see how you like them. So since it is gray, you could use the light blue and the dark blue. You wouldn't have to necessarily add a lot of white or anything like that. But we have the hex code colors for the bright blue, which is what we used here. We have the hex code numbers, whatever they're called. We have the hex code for the dark blue. We have the hex code for silver, and we have a hex code for white, which white's just going to be white. So let's start with, let me see, is that, yes, okay. Let's start with the star. Do you want the star dark blue, bright blue, white, silver, or any other color? Thanks, Gigi Crafts. For anyone coming in later, yes, I popped another blood vessel in my eye, and it looks terrible, but that's all that's wrong. Tim didn't pop me in the eye. We're all good. Okay, so star is dark blue. So with it selected, we're going to add in the code for dark blue, and that was 041E. I have no idea if it matters if it's capitalized or not. Oh, I'm on that stupid line still. Go to fill color, Marilyn. Go to fill color. Let's make sure. On fill color. Okay. Or did it change it? Oh, it did change it. It's just hard to tell. It's just hard to tell because it has that stupid red line around it. All right, let's get rid of the line around it. Okay. So, and anytime I popped one earlier this week and I got, oh, you did, Shamika. Yeah, the first time it happened to me, I got real scared. And then the second time I was like, okay, and I went to the eye doctor. And now this is the third one in like 3 to 4 months. And then I got scared again, like, why does this keep happening? So I'm going to try, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure a month ago. And as of today, with change, and my doctor said you have to change your dietary habits or something like that. And I did, and I've barely lost any weight, but I didn't take the blood pressure medicine that they gave me because I was like, I'm going to do this. And you guys, today, this is crazy. Today, let me see if I can get this pulled up. I take these pictures to show my doctor in case she doesn't believe me. I couldn't believe this. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. Can you guys see this blood pressure today? If you can't, it was only 115/79. I have not had 115 for years. And I've been doing a lot of like beets and oatmeal and bananas and stuff that they tell you to do. I've been drinking a ton of water. I've given up caffeine, alcohol, just all that. So my blood pressure is back to being good. So I don't know why it still popped. But thank you. Yes, hallelujah. Thank you. So I need to keep working on it because, I mean, that's not the typical readings. But even yesterday, I don't know. I know you guys don't care about my blood pressure. But I was so happy. 129 over like 84, which isn't great. But that's not even bad. I mean, it was up in the like 150 over 89. And so it's much better. Okay, so Sharon, honey, we're back to you. And next we're going to do, let's do the outside of the word go. So is that still grouped? It is. So let's go object and ungroup. Oh my, I hope it didn't ungroup. Oh, it did. Okay, ungrouped each and every one of those things. Let me play with this for a second. So Sharon, you might have to put it in here again. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm taking care of myself. No, thanks. Okay, so Sharon, you're probably gonna have to say it again in a minute because I gotta fix this. We're gonna add the two outlines together. We're gonna say group. Now we're gonna make sure they're grouped by dragging it. And notice the inside wasn't with it. So let's go back with it still selected. We're going to add the inside. We're going to say group. And now they're together. Okay. Now, look at the little weird things right there. I don't know why I added those little weird things. So Sharon, hopefully you want all of go to be the same color. Because I think it's going to look weird if it's not. I'm going to try to get everything else in there. I'm going to have to take off Cowboy, take off the star. Let's go Object, Group. Now, did everything? Yes. Okay, so Sharon, we're going to go with one color for all of the word go with this design. So, if you already said it, I missed it, but the word go, what color would you like that? So, on a gray shirt, you probably don't want to use that silver. You could use, and we can always change this down here. If you wanted to do dark blue for those, light blue for that, however you want to do it. Yes, Juana, I remember. And I can't remember what else you told me to eat. Leafy greens? Colors you had again. Okay, so the dark blue of the Cowboys, I have hex code 041E42. The bright blue Dorica, I have 003594. The silver, I have 869397. And for white, I have 6Fs. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Okay, so this, the word go is going to be all one color. And if you said it, Sharon, I missed it. But what would you like to have for the word go? White, dark blue, or light blue? Lots of leafy greens. Hey, Victorious Creations, thank you. And even when we're done, Sharon, if you're like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done it that way, we can change it. It's no big deal. So Dorica's saying white. We'll change it to white till we hear from Sharon. Panels, fill color. And if you do want it two different colors, Sharon, I just won't do the shirt tonight because we're doing plenty with the design because I can fix it. That's getting a little bright. I'm not sure about that. Colored greens, come on over. Okay. Okay, let's try white. And then this football up here, do you want it to match the bright Cowboys down there? I'll do that while you're thinking. And I really, Sharon, I feel like it might look better if the outside is different from the inside. So if you want it that way, I sure don't mind. I just won't print it tonight, which we don't need to. I can always show it next week. Because Lord knows I'm not going to get in the mail for next week because I'm terrible at that. Okay, so let's put this football up here back to the bright blue. So what I can do is, instead of having to put the hex code in again, I can click on this dropper and I can put it on that, and there we go. And then this thing here, I don't know. Do you want to do this? Whoops. You know what? Why does Cowboys have white around it? What did I do wrong there? What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Okay. All I need to do is delete it. Okay, that looks better. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Nini. Go back and watch the replay just coming in. I've been wanting to learn how to make this. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Sharon's computer froze. Okay, let me go ahead and get all these little parts and pieces together. Sharon, I'll repeat because I don't want you to just settle on anything. Object group. So what I was saying, good. What I was saying, Sharon, is first of all, you can change anything, any color you want. But second of all, if you want this outline to be a different color than the inside, I can do that. It's just for some reason, let me show you. The outline has these little things attached to it. And I'm not sure what I did to do that. Oh, let me see. Hey, hey, hey. This is the same go over here, right? Yeah, I like the blue football against that white too. So what happens? What happens? Object, ungroup. Aha, that's a clean one. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Get this to where it's supposed to be. And now I'm just experimenting for myself. Okay, I want to copy and paste this. And then I want to get rid of this outline that had weird jaggedy things on it from something I did. And I want to add this outline to it. I have gone down a rabbit hole, guys. Maybe I have done that too. Yes. All together is pressures on the line. Yay! I'm having a real hard time losing any of the weight. I am. But I'm still getting pretty good results. But I'm bound and determined. Somehow I'm going to lose. Because I gained a lot of weight after COVID. I'm just going to say the word. I don't care. Gained a lot of weight after that. And it is still around. I've talked about it before on live. Despite gaining it, I'm the happiest. Tell all these medical things, even with the extra weight, I was the happiest I've been as an adult. And so it didn't bother me so much, but I can't keep it if it's gonna be bad for me. Okay, so now we're gonna have to slice this. Let's bring this to the top. I'm sorry, guys, I am just playing. Bring to the front, and then let's hit the shift key. Hopefully that got everything I needed to. Go object, modify, and oh, that's not what I want to do. I need to do an offset of the word Cowboys. Give me a second for my brain to catch up. You think you all did? You liked the playing? Good. Okay, so let's offset this. And I know, Sharon, you said something about the color and I missed it, but we'll get back together here in just a minute. Okay, let's apply. Let's turn that offset some weird color. Then let's add the word go, the outline of go to it. Then we're going to go to object, modify, subtract. Okay. Now here's a really cool feature too. To get everything that's in white on there, let's go to panels, select by color. I'm going over to the fill side, which I'm already on. Select everything that's white. Wasn't that easy? And then go object and group. Okay, so Sharon, now you have a little more design flexibility because we have everything in separate layers. Now watch, when I do this black, notice those are all the parts. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to go to panels. Well, I'm already on it. Panels, select by color. Now that's the dark blue. Let's select everything in black. Because it says only shapes on the media, it's only going to select the black in here. So let's select everything that's black and go to object, and group. And I think this feature is amazing. Patrice taught me how to do this. She taught me how to use this feature. And when you are doing rhinestone designs, it's a huge, huge blessing. Okay, so now we have everything separated. And I'm going to put it over on the gray, since your shirt's gray, so that we can see the colors as they get changed. I'm going to go up and I'm going to get rid of any red lines there are. So let's get rid of line style or lines. Okay. Now, so that I don't forget, I'm going back to panels and I'm going to say fill color. Okay, Sharon, you tell me anything, any part on here and what color you want it. Even if it is that you want the laces of the football white and you want the rest of the football a different color, this is your game now. I'm just driving. So, the football and the word Cowboys, dark blue. The football and the word Cowboys, dark blue. So I selected them. I'm going to use my dropper tool. I'm going to go over to this and make them dark blue. I like that. I like that better. Okay, now what? I'm going to guess these are going to be at least white, if not dark blue, but I can't stand that color, so let's, there. Okay, football and word Cowboys. Okay. Hey, Arlene. The lace is white. Okay. Do you want the star a different color? Do you want to keep it dark blue? Do you want to keep it, or I mean, do you want to make it dark blue, light blue, white, or any color you want? That went down the wrong way. I'm going to pop another blood vessel. Okay, keep the star dark blue. Excuse me. Thank you, Patrice. We need the Chiefs, Diane. We do. I should do that too and put it on my Facebook group. Okay, so the inside of the word go and the outside of the word go. You like the white in the letter go. Okay. Let me just play with this outside. Let me, excuse me. Let's turn it, for now, just a play. This isn't, I'm not saying this is going to look good because it might not. But let's turn it the bright blue. So let's go 003594. And for those of you that provided the hex codes to me, did you just Google them? Is that how you found them? So do those two blues look right? Because I feel like those don't quite go together. Is that really right? You love it just the way it is. Is that blue? Is this blue correct, Sharon? We'll play with it, Jesse. Here, let's. For some reason, that blue doesn't look quite right. Okay, I'm going to go back so we have a little bit of difference. The blue on the football is correct. How about this bright blue? It just doesn't. Okay, thank you, Monique. I didn't think it did. So maybe Google, maybe let's try. Can somebody tell me another code that might be the correct blue? So we could do a silver, but it may not show up very well. on the gray shirt. That's the only problem with that. But I feel like this blue needs to be different. Sharon says that is wrong. Okay. So, Linda, I think earlier you had some hex codes too. I might have written it down wrong, or when you Google things, it's not always correct. But if somebody finds the hex code for the bright blue, let me see. Hex code for the bright blue of the Dallas Cowboys. You're not going to give me anything? Okay, there we go. Well, that's the same one that I put in, 01E42. But I don't like it. She said leave it dark blue. Okay, so let's do it the dark blue. And for some reason it almost looks black there, doesn't it? It's the same color. Let's look at that. Sharon, do you want the football touching, or do you like a little bit of separation? I think it could come down a little bit. Since it is the same color, it could come all the way down. Okay. You want a little separation, or you want it together? She likes the separation. Okay, good. Well, let's just do that. Silver green. And that's a Cowboys color. Eight, 6, 9, 3, 9, 7. Am I on fill color? Goodness sakes. Oh, please. Where's that color? 8, 6, 9, 8, 6, 9, 3, 9, 7. Is that a Cowboys color? Okay, so I think Sharon said she liked it the dark blue, so let's go ahead. I don't know that would look great on gray. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so that is the design, and I'm going to go ahead. It is 8:06. I'm going to go ahead and print this instead of cutting it on a DTF printer offline, like not on the live. But I will probably go ahead and do that tonight. If not tomorrow night, I may do it tomorrow night. But I might do it tonight. And then I will post a picture of the shirt in my Facebook group. And I will also put this design in my Google Drive, and I'll put a link to it in the Facebook group. So if anyone's interested in a Cowboys design, you can get it there if you're not in the Facebook group yet. Then, oh, okay. So Sharon said she likes the football touching. I missed it. So Sharon, I'm going to show you. There it's not touching. And there it's touching. That's pretty cute. Do you prefer touching or not touching? Thank you. Lisa, are you going to make one? Sharon says touching. Okay. So what I will do is I'll group it all together. This is an SVG, so you can change these colors to whatever you want. If you don't like exactly what I did here with it tonight, I think that's pretty cute. I like that. And I actually really like doing these designs on lives. Let's get rid of this. Now, is anybody interested in having this as a separate file so that if you want to make your own design using what I did tonight, you can? I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll have, excuse me, I got a cough again. Okay. I'll have one file that'll say Cowboys, and I'll have one file that says Go. And so if any of you want to do this design yourself, you'll have the word Go. And if you're a Cowboys fan and you like this, you'll have this. Okay, I'll do that. So just make sure that you are a member of the Facebook group. And my voice is just going. I don't know why. Thanks, Eve. I'm so choked up. Let me stop sharing this. Eve, did you see my eye? I don't want to stop sharing though. I don't want you seeing my face right now because I know I'm red from coughing and I got my bloody eye. You're welcome, Sonia. Hey, Faker McFake. So, Billie Jean, when you get the file, if you want to do a Cowboys one, everything is grouped together, ungroup it, and then you can move that football and the laces back up to where you like them. With everything being separate, you can do that. Now, if you are going to cut this out of HTV, and if you have the football touching the outline, you probably want to select whether it's in Cricut or wherever it is, because you can just take this right into Cricut. But if you want the football touching the outline of the word Go, you're going to want to select the outline. Well, it's all grouped together. Ungroup it. Let me just show you. Object, ungroup. If you want the football touching the outline and they're the same color, you're going to want to get that and the outline, and you're going to want to, whether it's weld, whatever it is in the program that you're using. And that way they would cut out together instead of having to just make sure you get them perfectly set up right. Okay, let's go ahead and group this. All righty. Oh, thanks. Okay, so this is, oh my goodness, whose design was this? Anybody know? I don't know. Patrice, was this your design? I think it's Patrice's. But it could be Dim's. I don't know. Anybody know? Oh, you're welcome, Sharon. You're welcome. But this is Eve's Rhinestones, and it is, oh, what's that called? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Eve, what's the pinkish gold called? Okay, Patrice says it's hers. What's pinkish gold? My brain. Thank you, Sonia. Awesome. Well, it's pinkish gold. My brain has left me for the outline. And then the bottom half of the word God is, I think it's olivine. No, not champagne. Rose gold. Thank you. Yes, Lisa, thank you. So with in the outline and possible, those are all rose gold. The bottom half of the word God is olivine or olivine, however you say it. And then the top half plus all things are is what is it called? It's like rainbow, but it's metallics. Whatever that one was. What is the one that looks like rainbow, but it's also coated or is kind of like a metallic? That's the color of that one. Oh, good, Stephanie. If you have them all, then you should have it. The football design in my Etsy. So you're talking about the animal print football, the word go, or this Cowboys one, Diane? Or, oh, Diane, so making one for the Chiefs. I get so leery of putting things, yes, volcano, not volcano crystal, I don't think. Volcano something, I think. I need a color refresher, I really do. I am so leery of putting things like this, even though I don't see a darn thing in here that is copyrighted. But I got my copyright strike for putting the front of a Jeep on something in Etsy, that I stay away from that. And so I don't mind doing one and then just sharing it, because I'm real leery about putting NFL team names in there. So I'll work on some of those. The season's getting close to being over, so I might not get a whole lot done, but I will work. I'm a Chiefs, so I got to have a Chiefs one anyway. But anyway, plus, if you are interested in making your own, hopefully what I showed tonight helps you do that. We can always do another one of these, in a week or two, in addition to something like bling. And what else? Bling intervention has been working too well. Anyway, I just appreciate you guys coming on here tonight. I really, really do. Let me show you those stickers while the screen is large. Except for I lost them, like I lose everything. There they are. So if you didn't see it last night on Crafting with Delonda, she and Patrice taught me how to make these in Leonardo Design or whatever it's called, because I have never done anything in that software other than tell it to cut out my rhinestone templates. That's the only time I've used my Romeo. So last night I used the Romeo, and in the software I made those, and so I was really happy to get that done. No, this is just a sweatshirt. It's just kind of long because I'm kind of short. Single knit. Patrice, are you telling them to say something about embroidery? Oh, thanks, Dee. I do need to do some, though. All righty. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, go over and request that. I'll go in there tonight and approve those. Just please make sure that you answer the questions, and please abide by the rules to make it a more fun place to hang out. And Sharon, I'll get your shirt done, and I will post both of these designs in the Facebook group, if not tonight, this weekend. Thank you. And again, I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Oh, Faker McFake, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. All righty. Thank you for being here. And until next time, I don't have hold on. I got to get it up on my screen so I can end it here. Until next time, bye.